Thank you. This is Bloomberg News. The U.S. said on Tuesday that it will impose visa limits on some officials in China for their part in allegedly forcing Tibetan children to assimilate into mainstream Chinese society. What is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs response? Thank you.
In disregard of facts, the U.S. has imposed illegal sanctions on Chinese officials under the pretext of Tibet-related issues. This grave move interferes in China's internal affairs, harms China's interests, and violates basic norms in international relations. We firmly oppose and strongly condemn it. The human rights conditions in Tibet are at their historical best. As witnessed by the international community, the region has long enjoyed a booming economy, harmonious and stable society, and effective protection and promotion of cultural heritage. The rights and freedoms of all ethnic groups, including the freedom of religious belief and the freedom to use and develop their ethnic groups' spoken and written languages, are fully guaranteed. As is common practice around the world, there are boarding schools across China to meet the need of local students. Tibet is a region of high altitude and highly scattered population in many areas. Children from herding families in particular have to travel long distances to get to school. If schools were to be built in every place the students live, it would be very difficult to ensure adequate teachers and quality of teaching in each school. That is why boarding schools have been set up as a practical way to ensure all children's equal right to education. It is entirely up to the students and their parents whether to board or not. Students can choose to go home on the weekend, on holiday and festival, including traditional Tibetan festivals such as the Tibetan New Year and the Shoten Festival, and during winter and summer breaks. Parents can visit their children anytime and take them home whenever needed. Courses of traditional culture such as Tibetan language and literature and folk dance are widely available. Traditional food unique to the Tibet Plateau is provided, and students are free to wear traditional dresses. The boarding schools are examples of ways to protect human rights and cultural heritage. The so-called forced assimilation is pure fabrication. In contrast, throughout the history of the U.S., more than 4.7 million Native Americans were slaughtered, and people of Asian and African descent and other ethnic communities suffer daily from racial discrimination. The U.S.'s armed invasion has led to millions of casualties in Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, and Syria. The U.S. needs to reflect on itself instead of styling itself as a judge and wantonly meddle in other countries' internal affairs by wielding human rights as a big stick. Tibet-related affairs are purely China's internal affairs that brook no foreign interference. The U.S. needs to respect facts, fulfill its commitment on Tibet, stop using Tibet-related issues to meddle in China's affairs and undermine China's interests, and immediately repeal its wrong decision. Otherwise, it will be met with China's resolute and strong response.